Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Board Games Are For Everybody. We're back here with part 3 of the Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion playthrough. Back here with Flamenco, not Flamenco, the Red Guard, and Helicolt, the Hatchets. We are going to start up on Scenario 3. Before we get started, though, the video cut out a little early on our last playthrough when we finished up Scenario 2. We did finish up the scenario, but I believe our shopping at the town shop got cut out. So, just to go over that quickly, our Red Guard used some of their gold to pick up the Poison Dagger, which during your melee attack, add poison to a single target. And our Hatchet picked up the Iron Helmet. When attacked, consider any ×2 attack modifier card by the enemy to be ×0 instead. And that is just overall. That doesn't require you to actually use it. It's just a general thing. And we also grabbed a stamina potion. During your turn, return one of your discarded cards to your hand. That's pretty good. It basically gives you an extra action during that turn. So if you have a good move, that's a good thing to use. But you can only use that once per round, per match, once per scenario. Because once you use it, it gets discarded. It goes to your lost pile. But yeah, we're just going to hop right into this. We have everything set up. We're just going to go through our introduction here, and then we'll get into Scenario 3. So, Scenario 3, the Black Ship. After getting your fill of stew and plenty of rest at the Sleeping Lion, you start off early in the morning. The first order of business is looking for information on someone named Roland. He seems to be making a trade out of buying fresh corpses, and you'd like to know why. It's slow going at first, but you eventually find a pair of vermlings down in the sinking market who seem overly interested in cadaver disposal. After some rough persuasion, they cough up that they too are being paid by the man named Roland to deliver bodies. They even give you the drop-off location, some derelict ship at the old docks. You head down to the pier and look around. It doesn't take long to spot the suspicious vessel. Not only is it leaking some vile black liquid from the hull, but there are 2 men wearing red robes standing guard outside on the dock. They notice you eyeing them and begin making threatening gestures for you to move along. Looks like getting to the bottom of this is going to require cracking a few more skulls. Special rules. Make sure characters add the first 2 ability cards marked 1 to their deck. So their starting hand now consists of 8 cards. So I guess we need to add the 1 cards to each of our characters' things. Both right here. So Flaming Sickle 1 and Shield Spikes 1 for our Red Guard. And we will grab the Hatchets. So I get these cards back in here. There we go. We'll grab the Hatchets, the Close Cuts, and Center Mass. Oh, this guy. Oh, is it a whole deck of ones? Is that what's happening? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I guess it's a whole deck of 1. Make sure characters add the first 2 ability cards marked 1 to their deck. Oh. This guy has a whole bunch of ones. Is there a different kind of 1? 2, 3, 4. Oh, it must have been these ones. These are different ones. These are different ones. I bet in the thing it tells me, unless they're actually all numbered. In which case, the first 2 would be presumably 1 and 2. But no, they start at 10, it looks like. So I guess it would be the favorite and retrieval would be what's getting added. it does say 10 and 11. And these come up, so it must be these two, 10 and 11, that go up. So I'm going to have to make sure they did that for the red guard as well. So the hatchet must have been the first one, because the red guards are 226 and 227. So let's see where these cards stopped off. 19, 23. Looks like 23 is the highest that we have. 18, 19, 17, 21, 22, 23. I don't even have 20 in here. 6. So it must be, what was our highest one there? 23. So it must be 24 and 25 we're supposed to be getting for this guy. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Maybe that's why they're at the back here. 24 and 25. So it looks like these two get added to the deck. These guys aren't there quite yet. But let's take a look and see what abilities we got for our characters. So for the red guard, we got Healing Sands, which is heal 4 to self, plus gain 1 experience. That's a new mechanic that's going to be starting, is gaining experience. And move 3, attack all attacks targeting you gain disadvantage this round. That's not bad. And you have to, I'm going to have to double check what that is. I'm going to have to double check in the rule there. I know there's like a short rest, long rest thing now. I need to double check on the short rest, long rest. We'll do that in just a second here. And we also got Swift Strength, attack 2 at a range of 2 targets, pull 1. So I guess you attack 2 different targets with pull 1. And we also have move 2 with jump. Jump allows you to go over obstacles, allows you to go over enemies, and it also allows you to move across terrain without penalty. So these purple spots here, all these oil spills, typically to get through that, you would need 2 movement to go 1 square. And for our hatchet, we have the favorite. This is a long description. Place 1 of your character tokens on this card. You may add +3 attack to any of your ranged attacks by moving the token from this card to the target after the attack ability is resolved. When the target dies, place the token on the hex in which it died. If you loot the hex, return the token to this card, and you gain 2 experience. We've also got Wound. Target 1 adjacent enemy to inflict wound, as well as move 3 with jump. So that's not too bad. Wound causes enemies to suffer 1 damage at the start of each turn. Remove when healed. Okay, so let's take a quick look at our learning guide here. Oh, hey, cat's just knocking around everything. Okay, let's take a quick look at our short rest, long rest thing, as well as, what was the other thing I was going to check? I don't remember. Scenario 2 rules, Scenario 2 complete, Scenario 3 rules. So we got section breaks, difficult terrain, experience, activate bonuses, round bonuses was the other thing I was going to check. Are active from the time the action is played until the end of the round. Okay, so basically it just lasts until the end of the round. Good to know, good to know. Shielding. Shield is an active bonus ability that allows the character to suffer X less damage. Okay, so that just gives a shield. Jump, we know what that does. New conditions, poison. All attacks targeting the figure gain a +1 attack bonus. Okay. Wound, we know. Curse, shuffle 1 curse card into the figure's attack modifier deck. This card remains in the deck until it is drawn. Once it is drawn, it is then removed. A maximum of 10 curse cards can be placed in any one attack. I believe they also get removed at the end of a round. Figures cannot have multiple instances of poison or wound. Both Bless and Curse cards are removed from decks at the end of any scenario. And we also have the Long Rest. Characters now have a new type of turn. Instead of selecting 2 ability cards to play as the beginning of the round, they can declare they will perform a Long Rest. The Long Rest will constitute the character's entire turn for the round, which will occur on initiative 99. So basically you go last. On their turn, the character chooses one of their discard cards to transfer to their lost pile and then returns the rest of their hand. Oh, so we get to choose what card goes to the lost pile at least. You also heal 2 damage from yourself, and any abilities you use are returned back to active. Long rests are a great way to increase your longevity in a scenario and reduce the randomness of short resting. But they must be used with caution, because if there are monsters on the map, they will still get to act and potentially attack you while you're resting. Multi-target monster focus. If a monster is able to attack multiple targets, it usually goes by priority if it can attack multiple things. And then find additional focus for the extra attack. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Monster active bonuses. You will note that the new monsters you are facing have extra bonuses to the left. Yes, okay. Okay, so keep that over there in case I need to refer to it. But I think we are good to go here. We're just going to hop right into this. So let's get going. We've got our guys all set up, and I think we're just going to get into it. Oh, we actually have a new mechanic that got introduced this thing. On the left side of each card, these are basically just standard attacks. You can choose to use one of these instead of using one of the 2 abilities. It guarantees 2 move, or it guarantees 2 attack, which is pretty helpful. Also, we got to flip up the Zealot here since there are Zealots active currently. However, since there are not Vipers active at the moment, we aren't going to worry about activating them. Now, something I messed up on the last scenario, which I am going to fix now, is that enemies actually have initiative on their attack. So I'm going to try and keep that in mind while we're playing here. Before, it was, oh, well, the Vermlings attack initiative 50, and I just kept rolling with that through scenario 2, but enemies do actually have an initiative with each attack that comes through. So we just have to try and keep that in mind. I'm going to move these guys down a little bit here just to make it a little easier to reach. Alrighty, so our Zealots are going to be using Swift Fangs, and only elite Zealots get wound on them, which there are no elite Zealots in this map. So we don't have to worry about that. Once we get to the Giant Vipers, they have the elite one back here has poison, and the regular ones also have poison. So let's see what we can do to these 2 Zealots blocking the doorway here. So we did get one of these. All attacks targeting you gain disadvantage for the entirety of the turn. Now that's not bad. Disadvantage could be pretty good. So we get to move 3. 1, 2, 3. So we could get up here and try and attack Zealot number 1, because we have a good... Or we could move up to 2 and then use this attack of 2 with range. We could do 2 on 2 enemies plus modifiers. Target all adjacent enemies. Immobilize. Attack of 3, range 2, but this is only 1 enemy. Attack of 2, range 2, and immobilize. Immobilize could be useful. It would prevent one of them from being able to move towards us, which in theory could stop one of them from trying to attack us. Although he does have a move of +1 with jump. But if he can't move that turn, that wouldn't matter. And he has an attack of +0 towards 2 targets. But if he's stuck back here, that wouldn't be great. So I think that's actually what we're going to do, is we're going to use this move 3, and we're going to gain disadvantage on attacks. And where was that? Immobilize. this attack 2, range 2 with immobilize. So we're going to be doing 32 on the red guard, and let's see what we got with this guy here. The Zealots have 6 HP. Now, I don't think we're going to be able to do 6. I don't think we're going to be able to do 6 damage in one hit. Place one of your character tokens on this card. You may add +3 attack to any of your ranged attacks by moving the token from this card to the target after the attack ability is resolved. When that target dies, place the token on the hex which it died. If you loot it, return this token. So that, return the token of this card. Now, these ones, this is a little confusing because it says that if you use this, it goes to the discard, but it also has the S, which is not referred to in here. The infinite thing, which I believe means it goes through multiple rounds, but if it's telling me I have to discard it, now that's a little confusing. Scenario 2, Scenario 3, here it is. Persistent bonuses are active from the time the action is played until either the end of the scenario or their allotted uses has run out. In the latter case, there will be a number of slots. When placing the card active area, place one character token found in the character. When the token moves off the use slot with a icon, which we don't have because it's not a slot. Or is it a slot? Does that count as a slot? The little guy here. I know some of the other ones have more than one space on them. When the token moves off the last slot, remove the card from the active area, placing it either in your lost card pile or discard pile, depending on whether the action contains a lost icon. Characters must activate a persistent bonus and move the token anytime the effect is triggered, even if no benefit is gained. So it says until the thing is done, but it says place one of your character tokens on this card. You may add +3 attack to any of your ranged attacks by moving the token from this card to the target after each attack ability is resolved. When the target dies, place the token on the hex in which it died. If you loot that hex, return it to this card. So basically, I guess it gets discarded if it doesn't have a hatchet token on it, which means you would have to use the attack. Or I guess you would have to activate it and not necessarily, I may not necessarily use it the first turn, but you would have to attack the opponent, kill it, and then move on to that space so you can loot the space. Otherwise, it'll get discarded. That's kind of how I'm interpreting that card. So we're not going to worry too much about that quite yet, I don't think. What do we got here? Move 3 with jump plus wound. So that would be 1 damage on them each turn, correct? Suffer 1 damage at the start of each turn. Or we could do, I think I still have a range move. An attack of 2 at range 3 to 2 targets. 1, 2. He's going to move up and they're going to have disadvantage. So they're probably going to attack him, but I could use my range of 2 with my range of 3 with attack 2. So I think we're going to do that. Now we just need something that will allow us to move. And I also have him doing a range attack. So we need to, I think I want the red guard to go first. So I need something higher than 32, which means I'm going to end up going after. I'm going to end up going after the Zealots do. Which is unfortunate, but I think that's just how it's going to go. So range 24, 18, 8 something, 32, move 3 and immobilize. One adjacent enemy cannot move until the end of its next turn. Move 2 all adjacent enemies. Suffer 1 damage. Well, we're not going to be able to do that, but we just need the move 2. So I think that's how we're going. So it's going to end up being Redguard, then, if I can pick up this token, then the Zealot, and then the Hatchet. So Redguard's going to go first. We are going to be moving 3, I think is what we wanted to do first, right? And then attack 2, right? So we can move up to 3. So we're going to go 1, 2. Now he's going to have to move regardless. So I think we're going to do the 3 here because we're going to be attacked either way. And also this is within range of 2, so we don't have much of a choice. So we're going to be attacking Zealot number 4, range of 2, for an attack of 2. With +1, so the Zealot number 4 is going to be taking 3 damage. So he has 3 damage left. Okay, good to go. So this card is until the end of the round, so we're just going to leave that here for the time being, just so we know that it's there, and that Zealot also has immobilize until the end of the next turn. So he can't move next turn. So it is now the Zealot's turn. They have a move +1. But Zealot 4 can't move. Zealot 1 could move, but because the Redguard's right here, he's just going to be attacking the Redguard because he's closest to him. So he's going to be doing Swift Fangs for an attack of 0 to 2 targets, plus, times 2, dang. So 0 times 0, I guess, is 0. So I guess he's doing no damage. Now it does target 2 people, so I'm going to interpret that because the Redguard is the only character there, that he's going to attack the Redguard twice. And that, I was supposed to shuffle the deck, sorry, because I got that times 2, so I guess I should shuffle the deck and then draw. I have to remember that when you draw the no attack or when you draw the times 2, you have to shuffle the deck. It's something I forget quite often. Okay, and second attack is -1. So the Redguard safe for the time being. It is now our Hatchet's turn since Zealot number 4 can't move. And we are going to be moving... No, I need to be within range of 2, correct? Range of 3, attack of 2 to 2 targets. It's not too bad. Okay, so we're just going to move 1 space to right here since it's within range of 3, although we could do 2 and put 1 damage onto Zealot 1. That is a thing we could do. Maybe? I don't know if it's really worth it quite yet. Well, let's do it. Put 1 damage on to Zealot number 1. All these coins are in the wrong, the wrong thing. Find a 1 here. What is he? Zealot number 1 takes 1. So we've used our movement of 2. And we're going to use our attack of 2 at range 3. Oh, that's why we don't want to do it right. We're going to stay back here. Because if we are beside the enemy when we do our range attack, we are going to do... we're going to get disadvantage on our attacks. So we're not going to be doing that 1 damage. Instead, we're going to be staying 1 space back. And we're going to be attacking both Zealot 1 and Zealot 4. So Zealot 1 first with +1. So Zealot 1 is going to take 3 damage. And Zealot 4 is a ×2. So he is going to take 4 damage, which is going to put him up to 7 damage, which is going to defeat him. And we need to reshuffle our deck here. And Zealot number 4 is dead. That goes there, that goes there. Zealot 4 can stay there. And that is going to end our turn. So, my discards are going to be in a really weird place, probably, since I'm very compact here. So this is discards for the time being. And we're going to have to figure out somewhere to put the lost pile. So, starting a new round, the Zealot is going to get a new attack here. It's going to be the Toxic Frenzy, initiative 43. Now, we want to kill this Zealot who has 3 HP left. Our Red Guard is currently beside him, which isn't too bad. We could attack for 2 to all adjacent and hope we get a +1, or we could do an attack of 3 plus Immobilize. The Immobilize isn't going to do anything for us, but we just have to hope that we don't get a minus anything or a no attack, basically. Disadvantage if adjacent. 1 enemy within 2 hexes suffers 3 damage plus modifier. Target 1 enemy within 2. 2 adjacent enemies only gain 2 damage. No, we don't want that. We want to try and go for the 3. So we're going to do that. And I think we're just going to use a basic movement so we can get over here and open up this gate. So we're just going to go with our 4. And we're going to go with our 14, sorry. And we're going to go with our 38. And for the hatchet, we're going to try and get through here and maybe potentially attack. So we would need 1, 2, 3, 4 to get in. Didn't the hatchet have a move 5? He sure does. Move 5, that's ridiculous. And do we have a range that we can attack the Zealot with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attack the Zealot, or maybe attack the Vipers only have 3 HP, so if we could attack a Viper, do we have a range attack for 3? We do have an attack of 3 at range of 3. That's pretty nice. So I think we're going to be going with that, 18. It's pretty good. So we're going to be going Red Guard, Hatchet, and then Zealot. So seeing as we're already beside Zealot number 1 here, we're just going to do our attack of 3 plus Immobilize. That does nothing, unfortunately. We need to now shuffle our deck. Okay, what was our other one? Oh, it's an attack of 2. I didn't realize our other bottom had an attack of 2. So I guess we're going to try and go for the attack of 2. Hopefully we get something decent. +0, so 2 damage. That's not bad. So 2 1 tokens here. Oh, that's a 3. 2 1s. So he is at 5, but we were not able to kill him. He has 1 HP left, so it looks like our hatchet is going to have to do... Our hatchet's going to have to do do the job, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, I wanted to try and attack something that was in there, but it looks like we're going to be using our attack of 3 at range of 3 just to go after this Zealot with a +1. So this Zealot has been defeated. That is 2 Zealots gone now. So those are gone. The Zealot is defeated. And then we are going to use our movement of 5. 1, 2, 3. We open the door. We have 2 left, but we also have some flavor text for opening this door. You burst into the cargo hold, and a foul smell hits you in the face. A river of sticky black liquid flows through the ship, pouring between the various cracks in the hull. The source appears to be beyond the far door, but first you'll have to fight your way past more ruffians and their pets. So we now have the Zealot, and we have a couple of giant vipers. So now that we are in here, we are going to just kind of move in. We had an extra 2 moves, and the vipers now get an attack card, and the Zealots need a new one here. And since we opened the door, these guys now get their turns, but it is their turn anyway, so we'll just throw the giant viper in here anyway, now that it's time to do so. And they get their attack. So the giant vipers are currently doing drain life, which they heal themselves for 1 damage. They get a move of +1, and they get an attack of -1 at range 2. So the Zealot is going to be going first, and he has a movement of +1 with jump. So he could move into the... Now, I think the way we did this last time was that we were giving them a modifier, right? So +0. So they have a movement of 1 with jump. So basically they could come into this thing, or it might be that they jump over it for 1 space, but I think it's that they move into it. I think it's just obstacles that they move over. So he can move into here, which does not put him adjacent to us to attack us, which is good. And the snakes get a ×2 movement, which is a movement of 1. So snake number 8 goes first. So he has 1 × 1, which is still 1. So now I don't know if snakes get movement within, like, if enemies ignore the movement for the special terrain, because with all of this oil that's spilt over this part of the ship, you need to exhaust 2 movement in order to move across it. Now, I'm not sure if that applies to enemies or not. So what we're going to do is this snake is going to move 1 down so that he's out of the oil, which makes sense. He does have an attack at range 2, but he is not 2 spaces away from us. However, snake number 2 here is going to get a move of 1 + 1, so he can move 2 spaces, which the most likely would be using the 2 spaces to move into here. And he is going to be able to attack us at what's their attack? At -1, but range 2. So he's going to be doing -1, so he's going to be doing no damage to us. We're good. It would heal itself, I believe. I don't know if it heals itself only if it does. Oh, I just realized that I have these cards backwards. I think I've been drawing for the Viper this whole time. My cards are backwards. I have my Zealot cards on my Viper, and I have my Viper cards on my Zealot. So our Zealots have been acting like snakes for a little while. So sorry, Zealots. You guys just got caught up in the lives of your pets, I guess. Okay, that's been resolved. That's all fixed. I guess that ends this round. Those are discarded. Now that everyone is back to normal, the giant viper is going to be using Constrict, and the Zealot is going to be using Hex Whip. Okay. So let's see what we got here. We need to get the red guard into the battle here, so we need some decent movement. We do have a movement of 6, but we are going to have to put the card in the lost pile right away. And I have to remember that I have this dagger down here. Likewise, I forgot to shuffle, first of all. I have to stop forgetting to shuffle. I'm just making the game apparently easier for myself. I have to remember that I have that helmet, because anytime a ×2 comes up, it acts as a +0. So I have to remember that helmet is there. Okay, let's try and get the red guard into the battle here. Move 2 plus jump isn't going to do much for us, but if we have a range of 3 attack, we do not have a range of 3 attack. We do have a range of 2 attack. Do I have something? No, I don't. We've only got that move of 6 that is going to get us in. So I have an idea. It's a pretty bad idea, but I have an idea. Oh, geez, shifting things. Sorry about that. Let's get this back somewhat in place. What we're going to do is we're going to use our movement of 6, which is we're going to have to put our card into the lost pile. But we're going to try and pull that snake onto that trap there to get rid of it. We're just going to have to deal with the zealot. Afterwards, we might take some damage. So we are going to use this movement of 6, and we're going to be using this attack of 2 for 2 targets. Oh, that could be interesting, eh? Attack of 2 at 2. Does my hatchet have push at all? If my hatchet has push, this could be... No, we don't. Well, I had a plan. If I get the hatchet to go first, we might be able to take out the zealot. Do I have a bottom attack on anything? Move 3 with jump or wound. Move 1 or loot. Move 4. Okay, that's a plan. That's a plan. We're going to use this movement of 4. And we're going to use this attack at range of 3. So it looks like the zealot's going to go first at 19. Do I have something? I do, but it's only a movement of 3, which isn't going to help. Okay, so it looks like the zealot's just going to be going first. We're going to be going at 25. The Viper is at 58, so it's pretty late. There's 2 cards. What I wanted to do is we're going to use the move 6, and we're going to use this attack plus 3. Oh, but that's not... That's 63. That's going to be after the Viper goes. Jeez. Attack at range of 2, move 6. Oh, plus pull. Perfect. Okay, perfect. So 16. That makes it a lot easier. So we're actually going to be going first with the red guard, I guess, which might screw things up, but we'll see how it goes. So it is currently going red guard, and then zealot, and then hatchet, and then giant vipers. So our red guard's going to go first. We are going to be using our movement of 6. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're only going to move 4. And then this goes to our lost pile. We need, I guess we're just putting our lost pile up here. And then we're going to be using our attack of 2 at range of 2 towards 2 targets. So we're just going to gain disadvantage against the zealot, that's all. But more importantly, I wanted to attack this snake with this. So the snake we're going to go after first. He's going to be our first target, and it's going to be an attack of 2 plus 0. So he takes 2 damage, and he's going to be pulled towards us onto this bear trap, which does an additional 3 damage, which is going to kill this viper. So this viper's dead. And then we're going to attack at disadvantage against the zealot. So we have a +2, and we have a -1. So he's going to be taking 1 damage. That is zealot number 5. 1 damage. He has 5 damage left. And we also have that snake to deal with. So he is now done. And we are on to the zealot, who has a movement of 0, -1. So he is not moving at all. But he is adjacent to us, so he can attack us for curse plus an attack of -1 +1. So he's doing 0 damage, but we are cursed, which is bad. Curse, shuffle a curse card into the attack modifier deck. Where are my curse modifiers? That's a good question. I think they're in my package here. These cards are added to the deck. Okay. So we are receiving 1 curse card that has been added to our deck. Oh no, wait. These are my bonus cards. These were not the right cards. Were they the other ones? Or is there just a cursed deck? Is it the one that's over there? It might be the one that's over there. I get these back in now. They're sticking to the plastic. Thank you. Okay, those are there. I think it's these guys here is the curse and the blessed cards. So we are gaining 1 cursed card until the end of the round. So we need to shuffle our deck because this needs to be shuffled in. And that's going to end the zealot's turn. We did not take any damage, but we did get cursed. And it is now the hatchet's turn. So we are going to move. We're going to move 4. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to use our attack of 3 at a range of 3. We'll use it against the zealot. We'll try and put some damage on him. And is going to be with a modifier of +2. So the zealot is going to take 5 damage total, which is going to kill him since he already has 1 damage. And they only have 6 HP. So that is another zealot dealt with. So that's good. And now it is the Viper's turn. The Viper has a movement of -1, -1. So he is not moving, which means he cannot attack because he isn't adjacent to anybody. So we're good for the time being, not attacked by the Giant Viper. But the Giant Viper's deck does need to be reshuffled, and our next round is going to begin. We are on our last turn before we need to do a rest. So it's going to be using Find Cover. All attacks targeting Giant Viper gain disadvantage this round. All right. Probably missed that last time. I will try and keep that in mind. So it has 18. So we're going to go 41 because it's the lowest that we got. It won't matter. And we're going to be going 17 because it's the lowest that we got, which means we would go first. Can we potentially move 3 plus jumping? That would actually be really good. And an attack of 2. If the target has your favorite token, return the token to this card. Oh, to its card. Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Huh. All right. Well, okay, sure. Sure. So we're going to go 17. We're going to go first with the hatchet. So it is going to end up being hatchets, and then the giant viper, and then the red guard. Okay, so the hatchet's going first at 17. So we're going to be doing a movement of 3 plus jump. So we can basically do 1, 2, 3. Don't have to worry about the obstacles. And then we're going to do our attack of 2 plus a modifier of +0. So that giant viper is going to take 2 damage. That is giant viper number 8. If I can get this other one. Come on. Thank you. Okay. Number 8 has taken 2 damage. And it is the giant viper's turn. So the giant viper is going... Oh, I was supposed to do disadvantage on him, eh? -1. So the giant viper takes 1 damage. Gotta remember to remember all these effects that are going on. It is now the giant viper's turn. It is going to be doing a movement of 1 with jump +1, so it can do 2. Now it's already beside me, so it doesn't need to worry about moving anywhere really. But what it might do is do a 1, 2 to kind of get closer to both people. It still has the hatchet in its sight. It is doing an attack of -1 +1, which is 0, so we are taking 0 damage from the viper. But I believe we do still get poisoned from him because he's attacking us. So we are now poisoned, which means all attacks going forward give us a +1 in damage, which could be bad. And it is now the red guard's turn. So what we're going to do is we're going to just do our attack of 3 at range of 2, since the viper's pretty close, with a modifier of +0. So the viper is going to take 3 damage, which is going to kill it. And we are then just going to use our neutral move of 2 in order to really move 1 space, because we need at least 2 spaces to get through the muck. And we now need to discard a random card to the discard. And that's going to be attack range of 2 for 2 targets, plus the move 2 with jump. I think I want to keep this more so for the attack of 2 against 2 targets is the reason I want to keep this one. So we are going to be taking 1 damage on our red guard in order to keep this, and we will be discarding a different card. The attack 3 plus mobilize, that's okay. Okay, so we're keeping that, and we also need to discard 1 for our hatchets. Move 4 and attack 2 with adjacent hexes. I definitely don't want to lose that one because that could actually be quite useful. So likewise for the hatchet, we are going to take 1 HP and we're going to discard a different card. Movement of 2, attack 1, range 3 at 3 targets. That's okay. That one can go. That's all right. So we are now moving into the next phase. I'm going to try and at least get this treasure chest here. I definitely think I want to grab that. Maybe with the red card, because he only has 1 item, where our hatchet already has a couple of items. So maybe we'll try and snag that with our red card. So what we're going to be doing is... do we have anything better than move 4? We don't, because we used our move 6. So I guess we're just going to have to do move 4. And then we're not going to be attacking anything. But we could use this heal 4. We would gain an experience for it. So that would be pretty good. So we'll do that. 32. And then our hatchet is just going to be using movement. I think we're just going to go try and break the door down. Or we could go up and try and get to the gold up there. We do have a move 5, but we would have to wait until we get our move 5 back in order to get back. So I'm wondering if just leaving that gold there is worth it. I don't think 1 gold is going to do much for us. I think we'll be okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this up. We're going to activate this so it's active, but we're not going to be using it yet. Not quite yet. We are going to hold on to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our move 5, and we're going to end up using the favorite. So that's at 18. So it's going to be Hatchet, Red Guard, and nothing else is currently active because we don't have anything here. So the Hatchet is going to use its movement of 5 to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And we're going to activate, if I can find a space to put this, we're going to activate the favorites. We're going to put our thing on it. Once we use it up, it will be a +3 to our attack, which I hope we're going to try and make something work here. I don't quite know if it's going to work, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. And then our Red Guard's going to go, and he is going to do a movement of 4. So it's going to be 2, 3, 4 onto the chest. And we're also going to do the heal of 4 plus a experience gain of 1. So we can only have a max of 10 HP, so we're just moving back up to 10 HP. And we're going to gain 1 experience, and that's going to be the turn. Down here. So our next turn here, we just need to try and get into the door. Do we have any decent movements? I need at least 4 to hit the door. I don't think I have any movement left. I have a jump +2, so I could get 1 away from it. So I think we're going to end up doing that. And we're going to do, well, nothing else really matters, so we just have to find something that we don't really mind getting rid of. Attack all adjacent, we'll get rid of that one for the time being. So that's 16. And do we have any decent movement? I can get 1 space in. I think 3 is my highest. 3 push of 2. Oh, movement of 4. Movement of 4 is not bad. We can do that. So movement of 4. I want to save that. And then we'll just do that attack of 2 there because it's not that big of a deal. So we are currently going Red Guard, then Hatchet. So the Red Guard is going to use its movement of 2 with jump. So it's going to go 1, 2. And then he's just going to do an attack, which does nothing because there is nothing to attack. And our Hatchet is going to use movement of 4. I completely forgot to take this chest at the end of the turn. Chest number 10. And likewise with this gold, I have to remember to actually do this stuff. So let's see what that... Where's my glossary? Over here. Let's see what that treasure was. Treasure number 10. It was a Fateful Compass, item number 27. And we got that with the Red Guard. Hopefully there is a second item 27 because I believe we picked this up on the playthrough that we are doing. Those are all the ones I can get. This is... They're all marked on the back. There is not a second 27. Of course there's only one 27. Why would there be more than one? Okay, so what I got to do then is I need to grab that out of our other game here quick. Okay, get those guys back in there. And I believe it is in the Grave Warden. Number 10. It is not in the Grave Warden, the Void Warden, sorry. Must be in the Demolicious one. I thought it was the Void Warden who got that. Surprised there's only one of that card. Oh, I'm losing all my pieces. Okay, the Fateful Compass. Just gonna have to make, hopefully I made note that that was one of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just making sure I'm not losing pieces. Gonna have to make notes. Hopefully I made note, I should say, that I have that in the other game, because I'm gonna have to clearly switch cards back and forth here. Okay, that's in. So our red guard has picked up the Fateful Compass. During your turn, force one enemy within range of 3 to perform a move of 2 actions with you controlling the actions. That's not a bad card at all. That's a very good card. So our red guard has gained the Fateful Compass. Perfect. So we now need to, what am I doing here? We now need to determine where we're going. Are we already at that time? Oh, it looks like we are. Oh no, we need to do our, I'm just knocking this camera all over the place right now. We need to do our hatchet movement still. Right. So we are going to do our movement of 4. Just to kind of get out of here a little bit. So we're going to be doing 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the best we can do. And our attack of 2 is not going to do anything for us. So this is our last movement here before we have to do a rest. So what do we got here? 41, 63, heal 2. I don't have any movement, so I think I'm going to have to just use a standard movement. So it looks like what's going to happen is we're going to be using our 41, and then we're going to be using our, I guess it doesn't matter. I just want to try and go first at this point. And we're going to be using our movement of 3, and our attack of 2 at range 3. So what's going to happen here, if I'm right about how this is going to work, it's currently going hatchet and then red guard, because that's just how it worked out. So the hatchet is going to use its movement of 3. 1, 2, 3. He's going to break the door down. If I can find another token here without knocking everything all over the place. And we've also got some doorway 2 flavor text. The smell gets even worse when you finally open the door to the back cabin. More of these robed madmen are performing some sort of incantation over the altar piled high with severed limbs and unidentifiable mounds of flesh. With the flies buzzing and the strange guttural howls, all you want to do is get as far away as possible. But you have a job to do, so you commence with the killing. Now we do have an elite giant viper here. He has 5 HP instead of 3. And our hatchet's now going to use its attack of 2 at range of 3, which is going to target both our snake and our zealot. And we're going to be moving this off. Place one of your character tokens on this card, add plus attack to any of your ranged attacks by moving this token from this card to the target. So we're going to be using this +3 against the Zealot. And he is going to be taking 2 damage +3 plus our modifier. So he's going to be taking 5 damage plus 0 damage. So the Zealot takes 5 damage of health. That is a 10. Is there a 5? No, there's a 3. Oh no, there's a 5. I was wrong. Oh no, that's also a 3. There's a 3 and some 1s. So let's just grab a couple 1s here. So this Zealot is going to take 5 damage. So he has 1 damage left. And now we're going to attack the snake for 2 minus 1. So the giant viper is going to take 1 damage. Now these guys get to attack us. The giant viper is going to be doing Swift Fangs, and our Zealot is going to be doing Vile Scourge. So our giant viper goes first with a initiative of 33, and then the Zealot is going with 77. According to the rules, they attack as soon as the door opens, so I believe both of them get to attack before the red guard gets to attack. So the snake is going to be going first. He's going to be doing a movement of 1 with jump plus 0. So he's going to be doing a movement of 1. He is going to jump over the obstacle, since that's what jump does. I'm going to jump over the obstacle and disregard any effects from the ground. And he's going to be attacking us at +0 to target, so he can actually attack, although it doesn't say it's a range attack, just that it's 2 targets. So I think what happens is he's going to attack him twice. And because we are poisoned, he's going to gain a +1 to his attack. So he is doing +1 with a modifier of +0. So we are going to be attacked for 1 damage. Well, I don't need tokens for myself. We're going to be attacked for 1 damage, putting us down to 6. I don't know why I didn't use this stamina potion. I have to remember that I have items. I probably could have ended this already by using that attack again, but that's okay. Okay, so that's that. They've attacked. He attacks 2 targets though, so I guess he's also going to attack me again. I think is the way I was doing this, for another 1 damage, putting us down to 5 damage. And then it's going to be the red guard's turn. Now, I was hoping that I'd be able to move through here, but it turns out that was not the case. So what's going to happen is we're going to do our attack of 3 at range 2 to try and take this snake out. So we're doing 3 damage with a modifier of 0 damage. So that snake's going to take 3 damage. He's left with 1 HP left. Not quite what I wanted, but that is okay. And then we're going to use our healing at a range of 2 in order to heal 2 damage back to our hatchet, who is currently in the way of this snake. And that's going to end this round. We need to do a short rest. We gained 2 experience from the favorite as well for using that for our hatchet. Give 2 experience to our hatchet here. Puts us up to 3 experience. And we are going to be discarding our heal at range of 2. That's okay. We should be okay without that now. Now, I believe that because this, it says it's infinite, but I think because I don't have a token on it, it gets discarded. I'm going to do that for the time being, but I'm going to have to look into that to really ensure what that actually does. Something power. What is this? A attack 3, range of 3. What was that one over there? This is my discard, I'm pretty sure. So, I wonder what that one was doing over there for. So we've discarded those. Oh, hold on. 2. Oh, that was the one that got discarded. This gets discarded, sorry. Where was that one? Attack of 3, attack of 2. I don't remember which one it was. Jesus. Just discard a card here. Heal self for 3, move 5. I like the move 5. It really lets us get through this terrain here. I think I want to keep that, honestly. But actually, I think we're okay. We're okay discarding that. We're fine. It's all good. It's all good. So I think we're just going to try and go first here. I really want the red guard to go first if possible. The Viper is going to be at initiative 58. And the Zealot is going to be at initiative 46. So we should be okay getting the red guard to go first here. We're going to do this attack of 2 at range of 2, plus immobilize, so even if it decides to mess us up, we aren't going to be immobilized. And then we're just going to do our 16 so we can get a quick go. And I do want the red guard to go first, so I just need to be over 16 and under 46. So I think we're going to use this move 4 as well as this attack of 3 at range 3 for 24. So the order is going to be red guard, hatchet, zealot, and then giant viper. So the red guard is going to go first. He's going to start by using his attack of 2 at range of 2 on 2 targets. So we're going to be attacking that snake for an attack of 2 plus a modifier of -1. So that snake takes 1 damage, which is going to bring it up to the 5 damage we need to defeat it. That snake is defeated. And then we're just going to use our movement of 4 to go 1, 2, 3. We're not going to be able to make another movement because we don't have enough. So it looks like we're just going 3. Now the hatchet is going to start off by using his attack of 3 at range 3. So we're going to be attacking Zealot number 6 at attack 3 plus 0. So he's going to be taking 3 damage, which is enough to kill the Zealot with just his 6 HP. We only needed to do 1 more damage to him. So the Zealot has been defeated. And I know you're supposed to move before you do this, because as soon as you defeat all the enemies, the thing's done. But that's okay. Well, I don't think we can make it anyway. Even if we used our movement of 3, it would be 1, 2, 3. We wouldn't make it to the gold. So that gold has been left. We have finished the scenario. Good on us. Good job, us. We do need to go to page 2 of the supplementary book for our conclusion. It certainly doesn't give you pleasure sifting through the human remains on the altar, but it does end up proving useful in between the bouts of vomiting. You find a necklace, one Sandy described in detail as never leaving the neck of her husband. With this in hand, you can bring at least some peace to the blacksmith's widow and inform the city guard about this whole situation. Still, you have a sneaking suspicion that this isn't the end of the trail. These robed men were certainly all underlings, which means Roland is still out there. One could make the argument that this is the city guard's job, but you search the cabin of the ship anyway and find a curious map. It's a crude depiction of the boiler district, and one building is clearly marked. Surely it couldn't hurt to check it out. Rewards. Each character gains 1 perk. See the next section of Learn to Play. New location, a ritual in stone. So we have completed scenario number 3. We have gained 1 perk point for each of our guys here. Just gonna get all of our cards up here, make sure everything is all in order. And we're going to grab a perk card, which will be nice. So that's in there. This is the hatchet. This is the enemy. And we can kind of start cleaning everything up here. That was already done, I guess. Is this the Viper? The Zealot was done. All right. So let's take a look and see what we have in store for us on scenario number 4. Now, scenario number 4, I have not played yet. Scenario 3 is the highest that we got up to. So starting with scenario 4, this is going to be a new experience for me. But here we are, a ritual in stone. Now, it looks like we might end up having a supplementary down in the bottom here. Going to be on page 3. Looks like we're going to have a larger area on this next one, and we're going to be dealing with some stone golems. But for the time being, we have some stuff to do here. Each of our characters here have gained 1 perk. So let's see what we've got. Starting with Flamenco. Our perks are to remove 4 +0 cards, remove 2 -1 cards, remove 1 -2, and add a +1. Replace 1 -1 with a +1. Replace 1, remove 1 -2. Replace -1 with a +1. Replace 1 +1 card with a +2 of fire. Elements are going to be a new thing that we're going to learn of next time, it seems. Replace 1 +1 card with a +2. I think that's frost. It looks like a little snowflake there. Add a +1 fire frost card. Add a +1 with shield 1 card. Replace 1 +0 card with a +1 immobilize. Replace 1 +0 card with a +1 wound card. I think what we're going to do is we're going to remove the 2 -1s. We are still going to be left with quite a lot of +0s, but I think removing the -1s is it's at least going to get us a little less of attacks being taken away. And I think that's a good thing to have for the time being. So we are going to be removing 2 -1s. That's a -2. Oh, I need to find that. Curse card as well, because that needs to be taken out. There it is. That curse card. These curse cards are over here. Okay, so these -1s are both going to be taken out. So you're just going to be left upside down so that I know which ones not to take. And at this point, we actually start receiving experience where every... I believe the instructions said that every campaign is 6 experience that you gain. Sorry, complete. Congratulations. Recording experience. Total value of experience gained should be recorded on the experience notes. Takes 45 experience for each level 2. Completing this and all other scenarios covered in this book rewards 6 experience to each character. So each character is going to be receiving 6 experience points. Now, it does say every books or every campaign, so I would like to think that scenarios 1 and 2 also give us experience points, which means each character is going to be gaining a total of 18 experience points now. So that puts Flamenco at 18 experience. We are still level 1. And that is going to put Helicolt, who gained 3 experience this turn, plus 18 at 21 experience. Now, we also need to pick Helicolt's perks here. Remove 2 -1 cards. Replace a +0 card with a +2 muddle. Replace 1 +0 card with a +1 poison. Replace 1 +0 card with a +1 wound. Replace a +0 card with +1 immobilize. Replace with +1 push. Replace a +0 with +0 stun. Replace a +1 with a +1 stun. Add a +2 with some wind, some sort of air element. Or replace a +1 with a +3. Wow, that could be pretty helpful, a +3. But likewise with the red guard, I think I want to start getting rid of those minus cards. I want to get rid of the ones that are going to give us negative effects sooner than later. So we're going to remove 2 -1s from the hatchet as well. So -1 and a -1. But man, that +3 is... that looks good, and we can get 3 of them, so that'll be pretty intense. Having 3 +3s, that'd be pretty great. Okay, the next thing we need to do, now that we've done all this, we've done our perks, we have our experience for both guys. Our hatchet gained 1 gold this turn, so his gold is going to go up to 1. He now has 1 gold. And we still have the iron helmet and all that, poison dagger and the fateful compass. The next thing we need to do is we need to draw a town card at the end of every scenario going forward. We now need to randomly draw a city card, which is going to have a bunch of different scenarios on them that we have to select an outcome for. So let's pick a random scenario here and see what we get. This is going to be happening at the end of every scenario going forward. So we're going to do this one here. Your purse is quite empty after a bad night of gambling at the Sleeping Lion. You're contemplating how best to cheat without getting caught when an intense negative feeling washes over you. At first, you assume it's guilt, but you have your suspicions that it could be something far worse. You try to focus on the game, but something terrible keeps nagging you. Option A, attempt to find the root of the negative energy. Void Warren required. So we don't have the Void Warren, so we have to go with option B. We don't get an option here. Shake the nagging feeling and concentrate on the game. I have a bad feeling about this. The fact that it wants us to have a certain character in order to choose a thing makes me feel like this is not going to go bad for me, or feel like this is going to go bad for me. But seeing as we don't have the Void Warden, I guess we're going with option B. Eventually, your luck turns, and you're at least able to recover your lost money. You suppose the feeling wasn't so negative after all. Resolve another event card. I guess we have to choose another event card. Okay, sure. Seems like it was a bit of a waste of time. A black plume of smoke twists through the air over the center of town. You follow it to find a crowd gathered along the silent bridge, cheering and clapping. Pushing to the front, you see 2 enormous mechanical butterfly wings strapped to a small quattril. Today, the quattrils conquer the sky. He pushes a button on his chest, causes the wings to start flapping, and more smoke to pour out. The wings pick up speed, blasting gusts of air across the onlookers. With a wide smile, he rises up and up before tumbling down into the river with a dramatic splash. Option A, dive in to help the quattril, or option B, hold back the crowd in case the machine explodes. Now, I have a bad feeling that if we try to help this guy out, because it is mentioning the fact that it might explode, and it might kill us. But at the same time, we are heroes. I think it's our moral responsibility to help this guy out, so we're going with option A. You dive through the billowing smoke and into the frigid water. The quattril's limbs are tangled in the wreckage of his wings, but you're able to pull him free and make slow progress towards the riverbank. His eyes open wide when he realizes who saved him. The Jaws? Oh wow, I'm a big fan. And while you can't be sure if it was the impact or meeting you, he passes out. Nevertheless, you saved a life today. Gain 10 experience each. So both of us gain an extra 10 experience, which is going to put us at 28 for the red guard and 31 for the hatchet. We're getting close to level 2 for the hatchet. I'm gonna have to start learning into how levels work, because I think you start getting different attack cards when you grow in levels. Okay, I guess that's it. We've completed this scenario. So next time we're going to head into scenario number 4, a ritual in stone. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this part, and hopefully you will all join me next time when we conquer a ritual in stone. Just remember, guys, board games are for everybody, and I hope we'll see you all next time.